the thing about my art, it's always been kind of like a way to escape reality, but not in a bad way, but kind of like augmenting reality. Like I always like to think about how two things could come together that aren't meant to be together. All of a sudden, out of magic, they're suddenly in the same place and at the same time. So how do you explain things, or how do you make them happen? Like we cannot actually make these things happen, but if we use our imagination really hard, we can use art as a tool to make things that aren't really actually going to happen, or to express ourselves. So for me, art is a way of representing magic in everyday life. And that's why kind of like I love a lot of surrealism and a lot of color, and planets and galaxies, because that's the way I kind of like want to see reality among us. And since it's not there really, I like to make it in there. So that's why I love digital art now, because it's way easier and quicker to take a photo and kind of like represent the idea that you have in your mind with a few tools, rather than painting it all together, which would also look really, really cool, but then it will be painted and it will take away that part of playing with reality and illusion. So, yeah,
Right. And sometimes just a quick photo can be kind of not enough, especially if it's just a
exactly.
snap with a phone. You
Yeah,
know, maybe a
exactly.
quick this is something it's almost like you can help explain to the viewer what it was like when you
Yes,
saw it on top of that.
definitely. Because you can have, that's why, like, I'm on my Instagram, I also make some filters because I'm obsessed with augmented reality and filters on
Mm.
Instagram, because you can actually make yourself like be in a different place or look a certain different way. Um, I don't know. I feel like
I tried your filters.
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I want to make more. I'm just learning
this
the
one.
tool.
I like this one with the yeah, I can share, but it's on your page here, but yeah, I love
Yes.
the filters. I tried them. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. It depends on the tool a lot. Like we have sometimes we make excuses and we kind of like are afraid of what the result is going to be if we try something different. But there are tools to create everything. But also, once you have a tool that you really know how to use and a tool that you really want to use, I feel like your art changes completely. So as I keep like trying new media and new ways of using digital art as a way of expressing myself, I also notice how my art completely drastically changes, because this is completely different from the other photo with the lines or the stars that we saw before. Like this is
Right.
more integrated, and it's more of the reality actually collapsing with the surreal. And I don't know, I'm
It's
really
so
loving this type of thing.
well.
And
How do you make this one like this one? Because this to me, when I see it, is like, whoa, this is extremely modern.
well,
Like,
these things all with Procreate with iPad. I
mhm.
love that. Like I wanted it forever, and I know it's kind of a tool that it's not easily accessible for everybody. But I saved a lot, and it's my job to save for new tools and invest on my craft.
For sure. And
So
painting's expensive.
yeah, painting is expensive too, and you in Barcelona, it's really hard to find a big enough space for you to live in, much less to paint in.
For
So
sure.
I've been kind of like staying away from painting because of this, um, and also because I have no time. I've been studying and working as a graphic designer, so it takes a lot of time to do both things and then come home and paint. So through digital art, it just makes things quicker once you have an idea, a concept, and the resources to do it. I feel like really interesting things could come out of that. That was kind of like the last painting I made here. It was a
And it's
Bacano.
and it's fun to watch. Like, it really is fun to watch all the different things. And you sometimes it's really exciting to see an artist do something new and like break some rules, be original, but also like maintain a level of like really cool quality in different things. So it's been fun to watch. This
Mhm.
one, like, you're from Barranquilla, Colombia, right?
Yes, I
So
am.
I
Yeah.
see here the patacon.
Yes, that
I'm
was my
wondering
city.
with where you come from, right? So one of my favorite things about Barranquilla, and like I immediately just I heard this champeta africana, which turns out to be sucus. It comes from Africa, But
Yes.
Alevardo, what's his name? Abelardo Carbono.
Yes. Yes.
He said, "El problema con la champeta hoy es la falta de lo psicadélico." And so champeta now is like pop. It's
Whoa.
pop now. It's like pop champeta or whatever.
That's so true. It's urban champeta and stuff. Yeah.
But the back is the psychedelic. And in the music, for me, it's like the ding, 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 but the syncopated of the da, 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 plus the guitar, which like is like a cloud, like a nube. And somehow the three of them like stay together. And for me, that's like pretty psychedelic. So I'm just wondering, do you think being from Barranquilla, does that affect the overall psychedelicness of your work? Where did that come from?
Dude, I think Barranquilla is everything. My alter ego, well, not my alter ego, my persona is I call myself a tropical alien. I feel like being from the tropics, you just have so much like a richness of like visual language. There's so much, I don't
You're
know,
right. You're
everything. It's like
right.
so condensed in such a small place that it's so not only rich because of what it has or what it doesn't, but because of its people and the things they do and the music and the way they dance and where they dance, and they don't care about things and they just do it because they feel like it. And it's kind of like the Latino power thing, which sometimes sucks, but most of the times I'm really proud of it and where I came from, because I feel like we are built out of fire and magic in South
Mhm.
America. And I feel it's that mix of cultures that makes us what we are, because we are ourselves. We are, a remediation. So I feel like what I do, it's a remediation because I turn one thing into another by mixing it with something else. So that's what we are as Latin people, as Americans from all over America. Um, so I feel like that's what makes us really interesting, and definitely all the color from the Caribbean I try to reflect on my artwork because I'm obsessed with color. Even now that I moved here, that it's like very Germanic and they try to be like super, purist in design and
In
everything
Spain?
simple. Yeah, here they're
Hmm.
super clean, and people are tired of that because I noticed that they've really gotten my work and they enjoy looking at it and they enjoy the color and the newness and freshness of what they
It's
thought
super
was out of
fresh.
me. Thank you.
Fresco, fresco. No,
Yes.
yeah, it's super fresh. And actually, I wanted to ask you maybe yeah, just three more questions, but I
Yeah.
want to know about this modern thing because when I see modern, it's like very digital, and it's like 3D. And I'm kind of curious about if that. But before that, I want to go back to the
Okay.
painting thing. You
Yeah.
mentioned digital, right? So I've
Yeah.
seen uh
That's where
painting.
I started actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is like I'm trying to trace it back. This
Yeah.
is like a big painting. This
Yeah.
painting is significantly bigger than you. And so
Yeah.
like what is it like the difference between painting like such a work by hand versus street art versus the iPad versus some of the newer things you're doing?
Dude, I don't know. I feel like this is more intimidating doing it like this, but it's also more spiritual because you have to connect with the material and you have to like transfer your idea to your hand and then communicate it with a tool and then with that tool to the material and then to the material on the surface. And then if you mess it up, then there's no control
There's
Z.
there's
You're
no
just,
undo button. Yeah, I
yeah,
love the
it's
iPad. You're like,
all
whoop, up, blink.
exactly. And even like
Yeah.
say, oh, double tap, bye bye, But
Mhm.
then with this, you're like, oh, okay, this could be a pretty cloud, like Bob Ross. You have to make it work, or you have to find a new solution for it because it's more permanent. I mean, there's ways to clean it up, but then you kind of fall in love with the little mistakes and then you go along with it and then you find yourself while you lose yourself because sometimes there's no way of coming back because you're already too forward. You had an idea and you didn't sleep on it and then you kept messing up with it and you're like, oh no, I just have to go to bed and then I look at it tomorrow and see how it goes. And then you learn to love your mistakes and then maybe when you were there, you were finding a solution to a problem you didn't have, and then the next day you were
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
You may oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
So,
it's yeah. Whereas
and
with the digital, you're more disconnected. I feel like It's not like you're not putting your heart and soul into it, but it's just more like bodily disconnected. Because you can like
I
walk
see.
away, and since it's smaller, you can like put it away and look at it like this. But these were giant paintings. Like I had to like walk to the other side of the room to be able to see what I was doing looked okay.
R- Right.
Yeah.
It's a totally, yeah, it's a and more m- I mean the smell of
Yeah.
the paint, the touch.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, like, to me, something that seems like straight up from the future. Like, talk to me about this one here, because this is like what I see people making. Like, oh, this is like the front wave. What's going on with this one?
That one, it was during well, last year actually, before my birthday. I was feeling very nostalgic because I couldn't go to Colombia, which is what I usually try to do for my birthday to spend Christmas with my family, like all of us kind of want to do. And we were confined, we were trapped here, and I wanted to see green stuff, and I wanted to be connected with my roots, and I felt like I don't know, like a hidden creature in the imagination of my forest, the forest of my imagination, and that's kind of what it did. I just wanted to feel more connected with something bigger than me, and I couldn't because I was trapped in my room. So yeah, that's kind of the what I wanted to go with that one.
That's super cool. Well, one last question, getting super practical, because like you said, some people they know all about the different iPads and things. What about someone that's stuck at home that maybe isn't an artist or maybe wants to just have some fun? Do you have any practical ideas for people to do art projects just at home?
Yes, definitely. There's so many tools we have at home, even a paintbrush that we didn't know we had, or a toothbrush we didn't know we had. So I had an idea 2 years ago to. I love I love thrift shopping. I cannot lie. I love hunting for a good deal, and I love
Thrift
hunting.
shopping. What is thrift shopping? Just for anyone that doesn't know.
Okay, thrift shopping is when you go to a store to buy stuff that some other people had already used, maybe even died on it.
Maybe, yeah,
So
I guess.
yeah, but I mean,
Yep.
it's just if you think about it, fashion, when you throw away a piece of garment, it still has 70% of its life. So we're throwing away a lot of clothing that has a lot of plastic in it. And we don't realize how
For
much harm we're
sure.
doing to the earth because we don't really feel like it fits our style anymore. Or we feel like it's stained or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I made a project where I painted everything with kind of like my style, but everybody could do it at home, even if it's just like kind of wanting to make. Let me show you.
With
Hold on.
clothes. So like a shirt
Yes, a
or
shirt, a dress, anything, everything. You don't.
I hear there's like I can't remember how many gallons of water for like 2,000 gallons of water for a pair of jeans.
Yeah,
And so to just throw it
everything.
away is it is. Oh,
So
what is
that's
that? It looks
how
like a shirt.
it's a shirt. I actually bought this shirt like this. So this was the shirt that started the process. This was I bought it out of the store. It's I've probably worn it less than the clothing I've painted, but it's like you did it at home. So I like how as an artist, all my clothing looked like this, and I was just like, I cannot wear this outside. I hate it. My mom would be like, Laura, go and change because your pants are stained again. And I'm like, but I love it. So there's something really cool. We can grab a piece of sponge and cut it into like a heart or into circles and put some textile paint on it and then just start like doing like stamping on our t-shirts, or on our pants. We can even take a paintbrush and make like a cow print or something with some textile paint. And it doesn't take that much time, and you can turn around a piece of clothing that you were thinking of throwing away.
Yeah, why not? And a couple
Yeah.
more examples. Is this one that you made?
No, actually, that one I didn't make, but it kind of looked like no. Go back.
I think there's another one here.
That
This one?
yes, that one I did make.
Yeah, I noticed the yeah, the black, the stars, the black with the stars.
Yeah,
Ah, cool. Rock and roll. And then you can even, yeah, design your own. Look at there.
yeah,
I think it could be really fun. for people to do something like this.
Yeah, you can come inspired by many different things. Like here, they're just stains, like they look like weird portals coming out of my giant shirt. And this one too
What
was.
and what about street art?
I love street art. I find it super intimidating though, because I don't. One tool that I really want to learn how to use is a can of spray paint.
Hmm.
And whenever I go spray painting, I kind of like cover big areas with the spray paint, but then afterwards I go back to the paintbrush. But it's because I haven't had that much practice. I've painted my the walls in my house. I painted three walls in my house, but they were all with paintbrush. And then I painted in Rome. I painted two murals, and here I painted two murals also. So I haven't had that much practice with cans. Only four walls, and they weren't. They're barely on there. Like that one, that I didn't move like that when I did it. That was all painted on top of the photo. So yeah, but street art is something I love. Actually, one of my roommates now is a street artist, and he's really good at it. He paints like four walls in one night. So like he left the other day at 12 at midnight because that's where there's no police, right? So he went around
Right.
and he covered four walls in between midnight and 3 a.m. when he came back.
It's kind of part of the job, you got to go
Yeah,
get it done because it
yeah,
literally is, rebellious,
exactly.
which is what
But
makes it so cool.
But that's what he likes to do because also in Barcelona, there's a lot of commitment to street art, and there's an application called Wallspot. So whenever, if anybody has the chance to come to Europe once and would love to paint a mural, they can reserve a wall in Amsterdam, in Berlin, in Madrid, in Barcelona. There's different cities where you can go to and reserve a wall and bring your own stuff and paint whatever you want on it, and it won't be judged. Police won't do anything to you because they belong to the alcaldías.
Hmm.
So it's no issue, and that's something, if they're planning to come here, something to do if they want to.
Well, this is all so cool, and this has always been one of my favorites. This black with the thing, with the stars. So I think it would be cool if anyone who's interested, because this could be young people, also adults, to check you out on Instagram,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
also to definitely go to the filters and to try them. I've tried them. I think they're really cool, but you can all try this at home, folks. Uh, yeah. Is there anywhere else they can find you, or just on Instagram, just in case
On my
someone wants to
Behance,
make
they
some
can
art?
also find me. Mainly on my Instagram and my Behance. I also have a website, but my website, it's I don't know. I was saying the other day that websites are kind of like, I don't know, unless you're not selling anything on that website, people are gonna go on Instagram and look you up anyway now. So
Yeah.
I only have my Behance and my Instagram active, and then my website, I have it as a I don't know, reminder that I used to paint before. So yeah, and hopefully paint again.
I think the Instagram's probably the easiest. So yeah, that'd be really cool if anyone wants to make some art, or maybe find a shirt and paint something, or has something to say about the art. Yeah, just reach out on Instagram, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Well, thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure. Yeah, it's I wanted to chat with you for a long time, so thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. I hope I didn't sound too crazy, and I
No,
really
not at
hope
all.
that people get inspired by their wildest, craziest dreams, because that's definitely what other people need to see from us. What we're afraid of talking or what we don't know how to express. That's what people love about you anyway. So try to get it out there, and if it's through art, you're gold. So thank you for listening to me and for having this space to talk to me about art, which is my favorite topic. And it's always a pleasure. I'm always here whenever you need me.
Woo! Thank you.